What is great in the state? It is the radio rap star, your favorite DJ's favorite DJ, the fade runner, the voice of choice that makes the ladies noise. It is G-Moniy in the house. Watch your mouth.
And it's Mr. Magnificent, your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. Yeah, did that work? No. So
no.
I'll work on that. You go ahead. I'll get back to that.
Okay.
And it is I, the one and only, the wrestling professional of professional wrestling.
What?
The very best in talk wrestling himself. It's me, DB.
DB is in the building.
I'm back.
DB is in the building.
Not only the best voice in talk wrestling.
Yeah, the best voice in talk wrestling.
The wrestling professional.
Yeah, no, well, the wrestling professional of professional wrestling.
The wrestling professional of professional wrestling. Oh my God, you have to say it all. You got to say it all together like a Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
The wrestling professional of professional wrestling.
Yep.
That's how we work. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to another episode of the Smash the Mat podcast, and it's like each week is just getting better and better.
Consistency
with wrestling.
Consistency.
Yes.
It's key.
This is excellent. It is another great week of wrestling.
Yeah.
Another great week of wrestling. So before we start, we're going to run down what happened on AEW Dynamite. We're going to talk about Raw. We're going to talk about SmackDown. And we're going to do something a little bit different because I missed SmackDown and I went to Concord, North Carolina, right outside of Charlotte to see Game Changer Wrestling.
What?
And I actually worked security for the event. And we're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about all that. So we're going to get into it. You know what I'm saying? But fellas, how you guys doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Great.
Okay. I'm pretty good. It's been busy. I feel like it's been busy and we finally got a good time to hang out and talk wrestling. So, you know.
Now, DB, you're supposed to say I look good. I feel good.
Oh yeah, smell good. Feel good.
Jam.
I'm real.
Legit. So, where would you guys like? Should we start with AEW, WWE? Where should we start?
I say let's start with the all eliters.
Oh man, yes indeed, man. Because you know what, Dynamite had a very good beginning.
Let me tell you,
very good beginning.
Let me tell you, you know, Phil is gonna fill, and when he fills, he feels well.
You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it when he feels.
Hey, you're gonna feel it when he feels, and he feels well. Let me tell you, he comes out hot. You can feel the way that you feel about CM freaking Punk, but he can cut a promo, and he can as every wrestler knows. Cutting the promo is about selling tickets. He sold tickets.
Oh yeah, he sold the hell out of them tickets.
Dare I say the best in the business at cutting promos?
Let me tell you, I can. You know, I have my personal qualms with the way that Phil handles himself, but good Lord, I am captivated. I will sit. I'm like, you talk your shit, Phil. You talk your shit.
Hey, that's how we do now, DB. Like y'all are friends. Y'all on first name basis.
Talk that shit he will do.
I'm friends with everyone, but you know, they respect my opinion though. That they know I'm gonna say it like it is. So, but man, he just went in. He went in first. He flat out called out Hangman Adam Page for the rematch, but Page didn't come out because rumor has it
this was not part of the show.
It was not part.
This was not part of the show.
I don't know what I was thinking because when I saw him come out, I was like, another CM Punk promo. Yeah, whatever. And then he started talking. I was like, oh my God.
No, he came out hot.
Like this.
Hot.
Oh.
I love what he said. I love what he came out.
He came out like somebody annoying with dragon breath. He came out.
Yeah. Hot. He's like, okay, y'all been talking a lot backstage, and I'm about to put you on blast. and they said that was considered a receipt. He said something like, he said your apology needs to be in
loud as the disrespect
in public. Yes,
that's right.
And and they say it goes right back to the stuff involved with Colt Cabana because they were going to release him, and then I guess the Bucks and the crew backstage, they fought for him, and now there's a lot of dissension and anger at CM Punk for coming in and doing his gig, and CM Punk is like, hey, I'm here to make money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then he went in on Ambrose. Oh, I'm sorry, Moxley. He went on Moxley.
He did it. Oh, man.
Ripped him to shreds.
Wow.
The way he went in on John Moxley before Moxley came out,
it was bad.
Crazy. He said, "You're the third member. You're the third best member in your group, and that's a recurring theme throughout your career." I was chilling. I was like,
"Yeah,
what?"
Then he also said he's going to be the second John that I beat at Chicago.
He said Kingston. He said, "You're the third best Eddie I've ever faced."
And the second
best.
Kingston.
Yeah, he said, what did he say?
The second best Kingston.
The second best
ever worked with.
Kingston he's ever worked with, and like the third best Eddie he's met or something like that. Yeah. Third favorite Eddie or something like that. Man.
Oh my God. It just went in and it didn't stop even until
the way he crapped on Moxley, because Moxley comes out and he says, "Oh, looks like I got some time. Let me do some snow angels."
Yeah. Already he's not worried about it. He's not sweating them. And then Moxley, he had a couple of zingers in
Moxley
there.
Came back with a little something.
Like he's like, you only showed up because you ran out of money.
Yeah.
And then but then Punk was not done. He's like, yeah, I thought you were gonna bleed all the way.
Yo, he said, I'd touch you, but I was scared you're gonna bleed all over me.
And he's like, I'm the heart and soul of AEW. He said, well, I'm the dollars and cents. I was like, oh.
When he said that line about bleeding all over him, I was ha.
Yeah, I was like, no, he was done before he came out, and then he was done when he showed up.
I was legit waiting to see a brawl. Like I thought, like,
well, and
that was personal.
Well, they did brawl. Brawl was kind of weak, but
yeah.
And yeah, that is what it is. And then so that was the first segment, and that was hot. And
right. It was a very hot first segment.
They had another brawl later on, and originally they're supposed to face it All Out, but now they're facing this week on
and
Dynamite.
I don't. What is that about?
Because
like you're taking buys away from your pay-per-view.
Because Baby Booker does not know what he's doing.
Baby Booker.
That's the definition of hot shotting.
Yeah,
right there.
Baby Booker does not know what he's doing as usual. So
it's gotta be like some kind of something's gonna happen in this match. And
that's what I'm thinking. Something's gonna happen, or maybe he's gonna add freaking Hangman to make it a triple threat. Because what is Hangman doing right now?
He's supposed to be doing the trios tournament with
no, he's not in it. He's hyping him up. He's hyping up the which I will say I give the Elite their credit, because they did make it funny. They showed where Hangman was during that time on BTA, and Hangman was like coaching the guys to work it out, and the guy came out, hey, CM Punk called you. He said, shut the fuck up, get out. I'm doing something right now. Okay, get out of my face. Like, I will say, they do a good job of making that show blur the lines a lot, and that was pretty funny.
I have yet to watch a single episode of Being the Elite.
It's my problem is, like, as always, is they'll do things to set up storylines that are happening on AEW, which is great, but it's like not everybody's going to sit and watch a YouTube show. No. So you should not. You should still tell your stories on the TV show, and that's also been my issue since day one. AEW plays too much to their core audience, and there's a lot of people who are watching. Core. Yeah, nobody knows what you're talking about. Nobody knows what you're doing. You gotta expand. You gotta expand that.
I 100% agree with that. But I mean, as long as they have their core audience, they'll never go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody.
They're not going to grow either.
That's the thing. True. And their ratings have been reflecting, because here's the thing. They've been, as always, as I've been saying since day one, they've been failing. They were failing upwards. Okay. Because WWE was so bad at the time, they were such a good alternative,
right? Exactly.
that they were failing upwards. They kept
Exactly.
going up. But now,
Mhm.
but now we're back to consistency. We got a person that we believe in, and the wrestlers backstage are happy to work at WWE again. They did the good job of hiring back some people we felt wronged. Consistent wrestling, stuff that makes sense is still ridiculous, but wrestling is ridiculous. It's the good kind of ridiculous,
bro.
Yeah. It's a show.
It's wild
It's supposed to
because.
be.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you do.
No, you're good.
No, I was saying, like for a while, let's say 3 months ago, WWE TV is like pretty bad.
Yeah.
They're basically like, hey, man, take the keys and run it. But they just kept fumbling and bumbling. But now it's it reminds me of, like, sometimes like when I watch one thing that I can't stand about, like, one of my favorite football teams is that they play to the level of their opponent instead of playing to their level. And I feel like that's what AEW does. They don't play to the level that they're capable of. They play to the level of the competition. And when when WWE wasn't that great, they weren't that great. They'd have a hit every now and again. And now they're swinging for the fences because right after that segment, you look at, they had a best 2 out of 3 falls match with Daniel Garcia and Bryan Danielson. Now look, I'm sold on Daniel Garcia. It took me a while, but like, I'm sold because he can wrestle. Yeah, I'm not sold on his character.
He's got no character.
Have one.
He doesn't have a character.
He doesn't have a character. He can just wrestle. And for some people that works. That doesn't make you a star, though.
No.
And
that is correct.
Like at this point, I'm looking at it like, imagine. I'm just thinking of all the other people that we would have loved to see, probably in that position.
Yeah.
And they're not, but they're using it on Daniel Garcia. And now, like I said, I'm not mad at it, because when people talk about building new stars, AEW is definitely building a star out of Daniel Garcia. Is it going to work is the question.
Yes.
Is it going to work? Because Daniel Garcia definitely has the talent. The talent is there.
No question.
Is the charisma there?
And here's the thing. I follow him on Twitter, and he knows a lot of people, and a lot of people rock with him, and he's got a quirky personality, but it's not translating into the wrestling character. And I feel like so much, especially over this era, that's why I call it the mid era, because they're good at the ring work, but where the personalities, like the thing that made wrestling what it was the personality. Like, they were circulating this Kurt Angle clip on Twitter today where he was talking to Molly Holly backstage, and Molly Holly is not really that big of a character, but she had such a great character. Then you got Kurt Angle, the American hero. So he was just basically talking like Spike sucks. Like, why are you dating him? Spike Dudley comes out and basically yells at Kurt, and it's Spike Dudley. He's gonna get his ass whipped, and Kurt's like, "You suck." And Spike takes him to the ring. He literally drags him to the ring to go and to have a match, and Kurt beats his ass because he's Kurt freaking Angle. He's
Kurt Angle, bro. Like, you can be mad. You the best you'll do is get offense in.
Yes, and Kurt's like laughing during this match. Like, I remember this match, so that's what made me laugh on Twitter. But then again, you had such a wealth of characters. Even if the person wasn't really the best wrestler, they had a great character that shined through. Like, they need to do a good job of establishing the roles. They just have a lot of random people on AEW's roster, and the characters that you should be focusing on, they're not focusing on, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like, has Swerve and Our Glory defended their tag titles yet?
Yeah, only on Rampage though.
On Rampage? Okay, see.
Yeah, and then Wheeler Yuta. Yeah, I don't get Wheeler Yuta. I'm sorry. He looks like some guy that I knew from high school or something. I don't get it.
They forced him into a spot because they like him. Yeah. Like, they look at that group. You've got John Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Claudio. Wheeler Yuta is the square peg in this circle hole situation.
And that says a lot if Claudio is more personality than Wheeler Yuta. Exactly. I'm just saying.
It's good, Sam.
Hey, Sam. Welcome.
So, but I mean, like back to the match was great. It was a great work rate
match. Was great, no question.
Excellent. Garcia put Danielson to sleep with the Dragon Sleeper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The second time he tried it, he reversed it and ended up, getting the second fall. Then on the last fall, he puts him away. Jericho comes out, he attacks Daniel Bryan. Now Garcia saves Bryan Danielson. And now we're like, well, is this a
but it's
like how long has Daniel Garcia been around to now? Are you teasing a face turn? Like, has it been a year yet?
It barely. I mean, like, because he just randomly popped up on AEW, teaming with the 2.0 randomly, and was just in big matches for like weeks. Like when the dude just got signed, and it just never made sense.
Why? No explanation. He's been in so many main events, and I'm like, that one of the reasons I kind of stopped watching was because they kept putting him in. I was like, who is this dude?
Who's this dude?
Who is this dude? Who is this guy?
No, but
I don't know. Maybe they told the story on him, and like I said, I'm sold on him now.
Yeah.
But before, man, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care. So we have that. So now we're teasing the Daniel Garcia face turn. Mm-hmm. Does it matter?
I guess. I mean, it would make sense for. I mean, he would have made sense in that group anyway. The Blackpool.
Look. He says Harry says Yuta would be the fall guy in the stable versus stable match.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everybody in the Jericho Appreciation Society outside of Jericho
is a fall guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what 2.0's name is. Their names. It's like Cool Hand, or I don't even know. Matt
Menard. Yes, he's the loud.
I didn't even know they had names.
Yes,
his whole stable are fall guys. Why would I be excited to see that match? Like outside of Jericho, who
I mean, I will say they did a good job of building Guevara.
2.0's wrestling somebody. Let me see this. No.
I mean, they did a good job.
I'll watch the match,
like Sammy Guevara and
Sammy's in there. And look, don't get it twisted, because I think 2.0 is entertaining.
Yeah,
and I think Matt, I love his faces.
Yeah,
he makes Jericho did a promo, and he don't even say nothing. He's
just reacting.
He just looks like he's got like the classic wrestler face.
But they need something more. Like, you can have all the talent in the world, but just like anything, you need a story. You need a reasoning.
Why? Yeah. Why these guys? Why these guys?
But we don't know.
Where's Rusev? I mean, where's Miro? Where's House of Black? Where's Swerve and Our Glory?
Well, they're on Fridays.
Yeah, I don't get. What about Dynamite?
Exactly. Or they're on Dark.
You got Moxley. Oh, Tony Nese comes out, and then Moxley says, "Screw you."
Yeah.
And then him and Punk go at it again. Funny thing on Twitter, Tony Nese was like, "You guys would not believe who was going to make their debut, but I guess you'll never see it now."
Tony Nese is trolling.
I know he's trolling, but it was just.
But I love it. Yeah.
Then in the next segment, I don't know if it's the next segment, but on my notes I have the Ass Boys turned on Billy Gunn.
Yes.
Okay. How are you going to turn on your daddy? How are you going to turn on your daddy?
And what does this lead to? Is it going to be like fathers versus sons?
Well, he's teamed back. He's teamed with the
Stokely Hathaway. Yeah. And the Ass Boys, they're running with Stokely Hathaway now, and then
building like a stable of people that he manages now, because he's got like Ethan Page, he's got
Cargill, and
who else? He's got Lee Moriarty.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of people, which is good for Stokely, but where's the connection? It's like,
this is like random. He's just like collecting random people.
Very random. I mean, I like that the Acclaimed is getting used consistently.
I
like the Ass Boys of the Gun Club. I got the potential, but they would be better in NXT at this point.
I mean, but I would have, and that right there, who comes to Billy Gunn's rescue? The Acclaimed.
Yeah.
The Acclaim comes out and scissor me daddy ass.
Scissor me daddy ass.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Anthony Bowen makes me laugh. I will say that he's hilarious. And the energy, man.
I don't care for Max Caster's rapping.
Oh no, it's terrible. It's the worst.
So Anthony Bowens, I'm hyped for him.
Yeah,
because you can see it in his face.
Yeah, he just hyped. And come on, I'm ready for a gay superhero in wrestling. Come on, let's do it. Can we do it? Let's do it right, man. Make him a badass. Hey, do you remember when they tried to make Brock Lesnar gay as like his character?
What?
Did you know that?
What was this?
They were trying to do that in his run to make him just a gay like monster, just to basically make this monster, and then he just so happens to be gay. Like there's clips circulating.
What year was this?
This was like during his initial run, like back in 2002, and they that was why they had a clip of him and Kurt Angle kissing in the ring and stuff. Yeah, they tried it. They were gonna try to make Brock Lesnar a gay character, just make it a situation where he's Brock Lesnar, but he just so happens to be gay, which is a good idea. At the same time, it's Brock Lesnar.
It's a good idea.
No, I'm saying that's a good idea for a character, but not for Brock Lesnar. He's not gay, so why would you do that? But I get but it goes back to acting.
No. All I know is Omar from The Wire is the most gangster.
Come on, that's what I'm saying. Let's get a gangster gay character.
Omar coming.
Oh shit!
For those, so sidebar for those wrestling fans who have never seen The Wire, it is probably the greatest crime drama of all time.
That's all.
Michael K. Williams plays Omar. He is a gay stick-up boy, and I don't mean stick-up boy like gay stick-up. I mean he be robbing the out of people. He's so gangster that one of the first times you're introduced to him on the show, he's walking down the street where there's a bunch of trap houses, and the people just be like, everybody that's in the trap house, instead of like defending themselves, they just yell, "Yo, Omar coming, Omar coming!"
And they close up shop.
They just throw the money out the window. They just throw the money to them. We don't want no problems. Just take the money. Don't come in here and shoot us and kill us and all this. Just take the money, bro. And
he was literally a Robin Hood for drugs. Like it was crazy, but amazing character. And that's Mike? The thing. You can do different types of characters and it will great. But all that being said, Anthony Bowens, he's got the look, he's got the personality. He could be that gay superhero, maybe even a world champion. Let's do it.
To be Omar. Let's
do it. Let's make that Anthony Bowens. We want you to be the Omar of professional wrestling.
Omar from The Wire.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But he's got the look. I'm just saying he's got something. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, man. Look, so the main event, Trios title tournament begins.
Did something else happen on the episode though?
I only took notes. For a few things.
Oh, okay.
So if I skipped it, I probably didn't care for
it. But no, you're right.
No, what happened? What happened? I don't know.
I want to say, Toni Storm. She wrestled. She's still the number one contender for the women's title, and I feel like that's been going for 12 years. At this point, I don't care. Somebody needs to be.
I skipped that.
I'm over Thunder Rosa. Sorry.
I like Thunder Rosa, but this Thunderstorm deal, I don't care.
I'm sorry. I've never been on the train, and maybe it's me. I just feel like.
Well, I've been a Thunder Rosa fan since she started in NWA. Like when NWA Power was running during the pandemic, that's when I found out about her.
Yeah,
and that's when I became a fan.
Maybe it's because NWA is so different that made sense, but I feel like she just has yet to make sense in AEW. I don't know. Like I said, maybe
you know what? We missed one thing. Harry said, "What about Max Caster being a virgin?" I don't care.
Shut up. He's trolling.
I don't have anything. No, that's what they said. But yeah, whatever. I don't care. Yeah.
You trolling.
We're not doing live sex celebrations anymore. So
no. We're in the future now. We're past those.
Yeah.
Old storylines.
So the beginning of the Trios title tournament, and this was La Facción Ingobernables. It is Rush and Andrade. I'm sorry, Andrade El Idolo and Dragon Lee. And fun fact, Dragon Lee and Rush are real life brothers.
Yeah.
Real life brothers. And they take on the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Kenneth Omega is back.
He is back.
Not the government, not Kenneth.
Yeah, rocking that shirt too now.
Yeah.
The compression shirt. Because
Yo, did that shirt have muscles in it?
Yeah, I think it did.
So Kenny Omega is back, and he's been gone since November. He's been gone
a while.
He's been gone since November. Yeah, he's been gone a while. He's been gone a while, and he's got this there, and he gets his extra long introduction again.
Mm-hmm.
That includes Justin Roberts saying North Carolina,
which
it was okay.
It was all
right.
He came back.
He came.
You can tell he's not fully.
He was rusty as hell, though.
Yeah, very much.
Rust is a real thing.
Yeah.
And the match was okay. Yo, did you know he did like this whole speech afterwards?
Yeah. And that's another thing where they're saying he was alluding to different things, talking about that he's not here for money, he's not here for titles. They want to change the world, which is the same thing. I will say the things about the Bucks and Kenny, they are consistent with what they've always said, but they are emotional. All Emotions Wrestling is the company they work for.
All Emotions Wrestling. Yeah. And you know what? Mike Tuck, what up, Mike? He says, yes, I'm glad he's back, but I feel like he did come back a bit early.
Way too early.
Maybe he did. But you know what? He also talked about how he was in pain, you know, and look, what was it? It was what was the move he tried? It was the one. It's usually he's got him on his shoulders. He goes into like a roll. I forgot what the move is called. He does that.
Oh, then the one-winged angel?
No, not that.
No.
He has guy across his shoulders like a Samoan drop, but he does the cartwheel or a forward roll. Then he jumps up and does the moonsault, but he couldn't do it. When he got up, he couldn't do the moonsault, and he's like, geez, you know, messed up, you know. So I mean, you know, hey, look, I'm not gonna sit here in front. Before AEW started, Kenny Omega was one of my favorite wrestlers.
No, he was my. He
was my wrestler of the year in 2018.
Yeah. And you know the crazy thing is, I didn't even know who he was before this.
I know you did. We know,
and a lot of casual.
Every time we be having these conversations, we know you never watched New Japan. We knew.
And a lot of casual fans didn't. So that's the thing. Kenny is still the centerpiece of AEW. If we pick a top guy who is the true top guy. But yeah, a lot of people are saying, I don't know if you can put Harry's comment up, that right there, that Harry.
Well, I see this too.
Yeah, that was a work. Yeah, and it seems like they're building towards some form of story. Just about Kenny, and especially the fact that he was not the Bucks' first choice for a tag team partner. They tried to team up with Hangman, and Hangman said no. And then Kenny comes out. So I guess they're trying to play with that subject. Ooh, something big just happened on NXT. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm looking at that too.
Yeah.
I need to put my phone on.
Yes. You need to put it on the outside. Wow, that was like Macho Man and Elizabeth moment right there. But yeah, Kenny's back. He's still the same. I don't know. I just don't know.
We'll see how it works, man.
We'll see how this. I don't get the whole trios thing. I think it's extra. They already got enough damn belts. I feel like it's unnecessary. I just don't know.
It
is a lot of belts.
Yeah.
Very redundant.
Hey, I see it.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah.
Yep. This is amazing. Impressive.
Did you see the print slide into the ring?
Dexter Loomis just showed up on NXT, and he found himself Indy Hartwell again.
He got his woman back. He got his woman back.
He got his kayfabe wife back.
Yeah, which is excellent. But we'll talk it. We'll probably go through NXT at the end. I don't know. Maybe we'll discuss it this episode. Maybe we won't. We'll see.
He said, Mike said we gotta name that segment Hunter's Kids.
Yeah.
It's Hunter's Kids. Now I didn't see SmackDown, so what do you got? What did you guys see with SmackDown?
All right, so it started off, which every episode's been starting off with like a Whoa! Every episode's been starting off with something big happening, for one thing. So it started off, Ronda just comes through and people are cheering. They're like losing their minds. They're like, Ronda Rousey showed up. And so she basically was like, hey, you need to lift my suspension. You need to, I'm trying to see.
Yeah, we're all looking at the same thing.
We're all looking at the same thing. We're sorry.
That's bad.
Oh, but yeah, Ronda's like, you need to lift my suspension. Pierce, come out, do this. Like, I already paid. Like, she basically like, I want to control things. And Adam Pierce comes out, brings the security guards. Ronda beats them up, and then she gets arrested. So they try. I will say
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I was gonna say they're doing a good job of building Ronda, but like this is the Ronda character should be. She should be cocky. She should be like extra like that because she's Ronda Rousey. They take her to the car. She talking trash, and then when the car goes out, a freaking Yukon pulls up, and out comes the one, the only tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes out. And he looks to the side like, oh man, she got arrested. That's her problem. Then walks in the building. So that's the way SmackDown starts. And it's already off to a good start. Next segment is the next match, the next qualifying match for the women's tag team tournament. And it is Natalya teaming up with Sonya Deville.
Okay.
Bailey's quote unquote group, which rumor has it will be called Damage Control, but I've been hearing a lot of people call them the She Shield. I call them the
Not
She
the She
Shield.
Shield.
No, I call them the She Shield.
No.
So that's the. But they come in to talk trash to Michael Cole, and then comes the SmackDown debut of the former two-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Toxic Attraction.
Oh, Toxic Attraction.
JC Jane, Gigi Dolan debut on SmackDown. They come out because they're replacing Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark
who couldn't get into Canada.
Zoe Stark was injured, especially after a match against Mandy Rose from NXT on Wednesday. And Nikita Lyons was medically unavailable according to Shawn Michaels.
That is a travesty.
Rumor has it, a lot of people are assuming. Now, this is an assumption. We are no way saying this is what happened. They're saying it because she is possibly unvaccinated. And if you are unvaccinated, you cannot get into Canada. And plus, if you have a record, you cannot get into Canada. So there were a lot of people.
Those weren't there.
Yes, there was a lot of people missing from that. Well, Toxic Attraction gets the opportunity. And let me tell you, they shined. But it sounded like Gigi got injured during that match. She possibly got a concussion. So afterwards, it was announced that they did get eliminated from. But we'll talk about the match. JC Jane, she shined. She debuted. I think they are both ready for that call up. And in my opinion, that's probably going to happen sooner rather than later. It was an impressive match. Like that's what I'm going to say. Any thoughts? Any thoughts on that the women's tag team tournament?
I hate to say this because it's probably unpopular, but I'm not a fan of Natalya and Sonya.
Well, they're out of it now, so you don't got to worry about them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so good. They lost.
I don't even think that spot was just a wasted spot. Like they could have did something else with them, and they could have put somebody else in their spot.
Well, no, you got to put Natalya in because Natalya is the worker. You know, she's the one that could teach girls to work while in the matches. So they needed a good way to shine. And let me tell you, especially JC Jane shined in that match. And now knowing that Gigi possibly got injured, that makes more sense why she was kind of carrying the load. But she showed her personality and everything, and everybody's been talking about Gigi and Mandy in Toxic, but now you're going to be talking about JC Jane too. That girl honestly, that group's a winning group, and they might be getting the call up soon, if you ask me. Right after came the next segment, Maximum Male Models. They were out talking to the crowd, and they were interrupted.
Throw your M's up.
The Maximum Male Models. And then they were interrupted by the OG3 or Hit Row Records. They got thrown out the ring. And this is the part that the fans online have been talking about. They proceeded to talk about, do a whole rap called We're Back, where B-Fab and what's Top Dollar. They had verses.
Top Dollar, Ashanti the Adonis.
Yes. Yeah. B-Fab and Top Dollar had a verses. I watched it, and yes, it is very awkward to do full raps on a wrestling show. You have to kind of advertise that as such. Maybe if they both came out and their rhymes are shorter, it could be a lot better. But they kind of went in. They both did full verses in Canada.
They spit a full 16.
yeah, both of them. They spit a full 16 in Canada, and I think that was the problem why people have
been not there.
Yeah.
Bro, they got Drake though, bro. They respect it.
Drake sings half the time, so that does not work. No. That does not work. But it's good to see Hit Row back again, some new blood. Maybe it'll work. After reading up the story behind it, Swerve was not originally in the group. That's why they call themselves the OG3. They were called the Hit Makers, and it was Triple H's idea to add Swerve as the one with the experience to kind of lift the group up a little more. And his quote was, which made me laugh. He's like, I don't want to be a babysitter. I don't want to do that. But then he basically grew to like them, and then it started working. But that it makes a lot more sense now. It does feel like something is missing from Hit Row.
Right.
Like they do need that something to bring that cohesiveness. Because with Swerve, it was like, yes. But now it's just them three, and it's like,
well, is there anybody they could add, you think, that would kind of fill that void?
With that same style, with that same feeling, it'd have to be a new superstar, completely brand new that we have not seen, that is also an indie expert. Now, the person that I think could possibly do it would be Leo Rush if he decides to get signed again. That would be my only option. And because Leo raps, it would match up. He'd have the experience. He'd bring that je ne sais quoi.
Leo Rush, the man of the hour.
The man of the hour.
We need
he could step in and potentially be the new leader of Hit Row.
Yeah. I think it would work. That would be the only person I could see. Lashley. Leo Rush. So that would be the only person. Other than that, I'm not a fan of adding random black people to every black people group. Like, I just don't think that's a good idea.
Like MVP said,
Yeah, not everybody needs to be added, but Leo Rush,
group all the black people together.
Leo Rush would make sense for that situation. Yeah. All right, we'll keep it rolling on SmackDown. Then there's a fatal 5-way match for the Intercontinental. Oh no, before this.
Wait, what happened?
Okay, wait.
Go ahead.
Well, they pre-announced that there will be a fatal 5-way qualifying match. The winner faces Gunther. The Ring General for the Intercontinental title in what is the first Intercontinental pay-per-view title defense in months, which is crazy. They said in like 7 months. This has been first. Yes. This has been the first time the Intercontinental title has been defended on a pay-per-view in 7 months.
Oh, in a pay-per-view. I was about to say.
No, they've only defended it on SmackDown.
Yeah, I got you. That is crazy.
It is wild. But it's going to be at Cardiff at Clash at the Castle. So in the matches, Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, and then there was one Ricochet. Now, before this is possibly one of the possible award winners for funniest segments of the year. Sami Zayn goes to Roman's dressing room, and because and he tells the guard his name, and he said, "Oh yeah, he's been expecting you. Go right in." So Sami knocks on the door. Opens it up. Roman's just chilling on the couch. She's like, "Oh yeah, Sami, come on in." And it proceeds to be the funniest segment I have seen in a long time. Just Roman, Roman. Roman, as I say, he's a member of Joe Jackson's school of fame, where he will gaslight. Yeah, the Joe Jackson school to fame. as in he abuses his family members to success. And that is what he's doing to Sami Zayn, clearly. He gaslit this man so much during this one segment. Roman was just looking at him. I thought at any moment Roman was just going to bash his head in the wall, but it never came. Because he's like, hey, he's like, Sami, how you doing? Sami proceeds to go in about everything that's going on. He's like, yeah, man, I'm for the bloodline, everything. I'm a rep at heart, but you know what? I'm having problems with Jay. Jay told me, oh, you got to level up, Oos. You got to level up, Oos. He's like, and you know what? After I took a Claymore from Drew McIntyre, he's just ungrateful. So ungrateful. And Roman stared at him for a second, and he said the funniest line of the whole thing. He's like, you're right. He said, I've been saying this the whole time. He's my family, but he said, and then he was like, why are you talking to him? Why aren't you talking to Jimmy? Why aren't you talking to me? He's like, oh, hold on real quick. He's like, all right, we need to talk to each other. So Sami is elated. He's hyped. The tribal chief loves him. And then the phone rings and he answers it. It is Jay. It's Roman's phone. And Jay basically says there's an issue at the border, so they can't be at the show. So it's just Sami. Roman sits back down and he's just unhappy, and you could tell he's frustrated because he's the only one there. This has been probably the first time since he's returned that he's been all alone
by himself. Exactly.
On SmackDown.
Exactly.
New wrinkle. So Roman and Sami talk. He's like, I got you, Oos, but I got to prepare for my match. He's like, yeah, you got to go, prepare. You got to go prepare. And then he drops one more little nugget. He says, hey, so you still hang out with KO? He's like, oh, yeah, we're best friends. He's like, okay, well, tell him I don't owe him anything. I don't owe anybody anything. And stared at Sami. Sami's like, I don't really talk to him since he's on Raw and everything. But they dap it up. They're all cool. Sami's hyped. But you can tell Roman's worried. Again, if you have not seen that segment, watch it.
I'm gonna watch it after this show.
It's one of the funniest segments. Proceed to go to the Fatal 5-Way. Sheamus wins. And if you know the deal, the only title Sheamus is missing is the Intercontinental title to be a true, not the Grand Slam. It's the Grand Slam. Yeah, that's the only one he's missing. If Sheamus wins the IC title, so it's going to be him versus Gunther in Cardiff.
Gunther. So who's the face?
Huh? Who's the face of that match? I don't know. That's a good question.
Is it Sheamus? That's damn sure not Gunther.
That's a good question.
Sheamus would have to be the face.
I don't know.
That's going to be a hard-hitting match.
Yeah, you know it is. Afterwards, there was a Viking Raiders segment where they did a Viking funeral for the New Day, so they're still coming after them, which had a random appearance by a certain Viking lady who had some braids in there, so possible return from Sarah Logan. I don't know, but she was clearly in that segment, so we'll see. Then Liv Morgan faced off with Shotzi. They've been going back and forth on Twitter all that week, and if you haven't seen it, they were roasting each other. It was pretty funny. But Liv Morgan beat Shotzi. It was actually a solid match. Then Shayna Baszler beat the tar out of Liv Morgan. I'm so happy to see this Shayna Baszler back. She's been vicious. She did this rude. It looked like she was gonna stomp on her hand, and Liv was freaking out, and then she just kicks her in the face with her J's on. It was rude. Drew McIntyre, he was then they did a segment with Karrion Kross, hyping himself up, but he wasn't there, which again, if certain people weren't there, you can kind of assume why. I can neither confirm or deny, but Drew McIntyre finds a Scarlett's hourglass in his dressing room. Then he goes out. Roman comes out and talks. It's which if you haven't realized, Roman is meme material at all times. Yes. He basically was like, I'm the number one. If anybody says they're number one, they're lying. Drew, you're lying. Amazing. Drew comes out and basically calls him out, says, hey, you're not a real champion because you ain't here. You ain't here. I don't care what you say. I'm going to beat you. whatever. And he's basically said, this is the first time I've ever looked at you like this, and I see fear in your eyes. Because yes, it was just him and Drew in the ring. They started going at it. Drew almost hits him with that Claymore. Sammy blocks it. Sammy gets the Claymore to the face, but Roman tries to hit him with the Superman punch, and still Drew hits that Claymore on him. Roman is down on the ground to end SmackDown. Drew McIntyre holding up both titles.
Hey, man.
Lit episode.
They coming through, dog.
They coming through. So, Cardiff is getting bigger. It's going to be insane. You know the deal. All right. So, Monday Night Raw, right? Are we at Raw?
Night Raw.
Okay.
Next. And that was another hot opener.
Let me tell you, like every episode lately has been a hot opener. Triple H is like, hey, this is how we do things. We're starting off hot. Oh, should we talk about Rampage real quick?
I didn't see Rampage.
I did not see Rampage.
Have you seen it, please?
Okay, I did. See, I'm the one that watches. Okay. Again, I'll keep it quick. Just to give you a recap. Dustin Reynolds, he challenged Claudio Castagnoli for the ROH World Title.
Who is this?
They're gonna Dustin Reynolds or Dustin Rhodes. I'm sorry, Dustin Rhodes. Goldust.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to face him for the ROH World Title, which is going to be interesting. Again, bringing up, he's like, it's been 34 years and I've never won the big one. So, again, big match situations, swerving our glory because most black people live on Rampage. They beat Private Party, the other black tag team.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what? Didn't Tony, he was like, this is going to be the first time we have an African-American team challenge an African-American team for
the tag team titles.
Yes, on the tag titles
on the Friday show that nobody watches. Okay, so keep it in moving. I'm sorry. Also, AEW's other name, and everyone's white. Okay, we're gonna keep it moving. Hook. We're sending in Hook. He squashed Zach Clayton. I don't know who Zach Clayton is. I was so confused. I guess it was a random guy that challenged him before. And okay. Oh yeah. And 2.0, it's Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic Matt Menard.
Not Daddy Magic.
Yeah, they're
Daddy
coming for
Magic.
Yeah, and they're coming for Hook next for the FTW title, which is again a title that is unsanctioned, that they seem to make it like it's important. Keeping it moving. Buddy Matthews, he beat Serpentico.
Serpentico.
Yeah, Serpentico. Yeah. And this is where Miro's been. He's been feuding with them this whole time.
Okay. I haven't seen Buddy Matthews work anything in forever.
You gotta watch Rampage. But yeah, Miro's been feuding with them. Then Athena had her next match, which has been like her first televised match, I think. She's not had that many since she has debuted in AEW, which is kind of
Athena.
Yeah,
Athena's had how many matches on Rampage? I'm not sure, but she's been on Dynamite one time.
Yeah, she's only been on Dynamite one time.
80 days.
Well, she faced off with Penelope Ford, beat her, but then the baddies beat her down. Like Jade pulled out that sledgehammer, looking like Jade does because she's amazing.
So you talk about her?
Oh yeah.
That one?
Wait, I'm talking about her.
I thought you was talking about her.
Yeah, I'm talking about her too.
That's exactly who I thought you were talking about.
I'm talking about her too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them. Yeah, that's that person.
I just want to let that marinate for a second.
Again, Tony realizes she's too popular, so he just puts her away on the Friday show.
I hit the wrong button.
Her too. Yeah, her too. I'm talking about her too.
That's the one.
It's that bitch show. You know the deal.
And
then in the main event, Best Friends beat the Trust Busters, which if you know who the Trust Busters are now, that's Daivari, Arya Daivari.
Okay.
Who's the other guy I missed?
Oh, that's the Parker Bordeaux, right?
Yeah, Parker Boudreaux.
Boudreaux.
Yeah, Parker Boudreaux and Sonny Kiss is now part of the group. There's one more guy. I keep forgetting his name.
Cole Carter.
Yeah, Cole Carter. Yeah, which is a new group. The Best Friends beat. So yeah, that was Rampage. You know what? Next time I'm not even going to talk about it because, yeah, that tells you everything I feel about that. Oh yeah, another update. Cool Hand, Angelo Parker, and Daddy Magic Matt Menard have signed new deals to remain in AEW. Just in case you were wondering.
Congratulations on them sustaining jobs.
Keep on working.
Sustaining jobs is hard. It's hard out here for a wrestler.
It's really hard.
It is.
It's really hard. But
hard out here for a wrestler. So kudos to them. Kudos to them. No shade, no jokes, nothing. Like if they get deals, I'm happy for them.
But
I'm happy for them.
But as you know, the new Suge Knight of the WWE says, if you want to work, if you want a real storyline, if you want to be really, really, really pushed, then you coming back to WWE because it's Raw. Raw is war, and it starts off with a fight.
Yes,
freaking Seth, freaking. You know what? It's taken me a while. Riddle has won me over since teaming up with Orton. It took me a while.
You know what? I didn't even see this. Terry, man, what's good? I completely missed that.
Yes.
What's good, Terry?
Oh yeah. Can you put that bottom clip, that comment right there? Hold on. The most recent one.
You talking about this one right here?
Yes, of course. My boy.
Bryant.
my number one. The one and only Bryant Wilkerson. He is driving. He works hard. He is on them roads.
Yes.
Okay. He's delivering. Especially. He's a hard worker, and he's a supporter. So it's good to see you, Bryant. I know you've been working hard. Thank you for coming on, buddy. So, but it started off with that fight. Like it took me a while, but Riddle, I feel like he is getting to that point where I could see him being that main eventer, and especially you got a feud with the gatekeeper himself, Seth Rollins. So
yeah, you're right. He is, isn't he? Was that Tyler Bate?
Yeah. Oh yes, it is. I'll tell you what happened in a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. But I think it was good. That's hot open. They hate each other. They've sold this feud so well.
Yeah, they've done a really good job with this.
Yeah.
Really good job.
Yeah. And we were at that house show recently, which was on my birthday.
And remember about a year or so ago, Seth Rollins said he would never work with Riddle.
Yeah, he did.
Over the comments that his ex-wife, well, his current wife at the time, his wife at the time had said about Seth's wife.
Yeah. But Seth, you know how Seth is. He's a worker. He's a worker first.
Seth.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the money. Seth will say something, but he's already probably worked out. Hey, bro, we're gonna feud next year, and then he keeps it moving. That's how it goes.
Keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel.
Hey, bro, we're gonna feud next year, and then he keeps walking. Like that way, nobody else in the locker room hears it. So
it's a work.
Yeah. That's what Seth does.
Yeah, bro, it's a work, bro. It's a work.
It's a work. We're gonna feud next year. Okay, see.
and you know what? And then the show opens with some Stratisfaction. After that segment, some Stratisfaction because they're in Canada. Whoa, we're trying to rock and roll.
This time I'm in control. Right now, I own the streets. I got the keys to the city. That's because I get down.
That's Lil' Kim.
It's time to rock and roll.
You
should have known that already, but that's Lil' Kim rapping that. You know what I'm saying?
And she could be coming out of retirement.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on. Possibly. Maybe.
Trish Stratus.
Hot damn ho, here we go again. You know what I'm saying?
Stratus. Come on, Trish Stratus.
How many minutes do we take till you get to the center of the...
I mean, you could talk about Kim. I'm talking about Trish Stratus, though.
I know. I'm talking about Lil' Kim.
Amazing.
You know what
amazing. Like nothing was wrong with that segment at all. Of course.
Shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. All right, I'm done.
The She-Eiled came out.
The She-Eiled.
Yeah, they came out. And I don't know if you got the clips. Show the clips. Like I love. Let me tell you,
did he load them? Here's the question.
Yeah, did you load them, sir?
Did you load them? Because I don't think he loaded them.
Did I load them?
Yeah,
I never got them.
They're right there in the chat, man. Jeez Louise. It's too late now. We're already talking about it.
Anyway, so they talked to the She-Eald, where Bailey, is doing, of course, her mic thing. She's great at it. And then, of course, she's backed up by Bianca Belair, who comes out on her own, swiping that hair and talking trash. And, then it leads directly into the next qualifying match for the women's tag team titles. And that is Asuka and Alexa Bliss versus Io and Dakota. Great match.
It was.
Great match. No qualms. But Damage Control moves forward. And then now it's been announced there's a last chance match this Friday on SmackDown.
Last chance fatal 4-way.
Yes. Featuring all the teams that lost out previously. They will get their last chance to be qualified in the next round. So we'll see what happens from there.
Yes, indeed. That's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Oh man. Then we had, now I don't remember the show verbatim.
Yeah.
I don't remember it verbatim, and I didn't get that many notes, but there was.
I have a lineup to the side, so just in case.
Okay, I was about to talk about that tag team match.
Oh man, God, Lord, you skipped a lot. Yeah, we're close to there.
I told you I didn't take too many notes.
Wasn't it Gable and Owen?
Into that show, I didn't actually write anything down.
Oh man,
all my stuff is like super basic.
Sir Money, what are you doing? Hold on. Let me catch up. Just we'll talk a little bit more. Side comment. Wait. Before you say anything, Mr. Magnificent, did you take any notes?
I did. I have my notes up.
So what you got?
After that, didn't we go into, or was it Ziggler and Ziggler and Balor? Finn Balor.
First, there was promo backstage with Finn Balor and Daddy Poppy herself, Rhea Ripley, getting the interview talking about how they're just amazing as Judgment Day, and Ziggler and Finn Balor get into it. Ziggler has been on it since this new regime. I think Triple H literally talked to everybody one by one, and when he got Ziggler, he's like, look, you ain't working here for a paycheck anymore. I need you to wake up and I need you to work. And Ziggler was like, bet. And since then, he has been the man. Like, he has been living up to that potential that we have always seen with Ziggler, just being that guy.
Yeah, see, I agree, but disagree at the same time. I think Ziggler hasn't lost a step. Like, I just think he hasn't been given the opportunity to do what he can do.
Well, it's like they've been toiling away. Like, I've noticed a lot with the allegiances, like with people who are being heel and people who are being faces. Like, I think Vince had a firm belief on who he wanted as his heels and faces instead of going by what the person would actually work better as. Ziggler has always had that potential to be a top face. Like, I remember that year there were, in my opinion, again, I look at the pathways. When he won Survivor Series that year, where he beat Seth and Sting made his debut in WWE. Right. Ziggler won. He was the sole survivor year. He should have went on to that Royal Rumble, won it, and he should have been the one to face Brock Lesnar. That is my opinion. You could have still had Seth cash in. You could have still did the same thing, but Dolph Ziggler should have kept that train rolling because he was the top face at that point. Mm-hmm. That year, he barely did anything, and they just kind of continued toiling away with him. I mean, of course, we saw what happened. Roman won the Rumble. He ended up still getting cashed in on. We saw what happened, but Ziggler has always been meant to be that guy. They compared him to Shawn Michaels, and I can see why. It's like, if there's anybody that has that,
he had the charisma.
Yes,
charisma. They call him the Birdman, Shawn Michaels.
Which I wouldn't even say that. He's just the next generation of Shawn Michaels. That's what I would always call Ziggler. But again, great match. Finn Balor, of course, won. Yes, Ziggler versus that feud was great. On SmackDown Live, the SmackDown Live days, which are still epic times. But Finn Balor wins. He had a new version of his theme that was like a chopped and screwed version. It sounded very weird. It was very weird, but sure. But great match. Then they announced the teams, just in case people don't know. The teams in the Last Chance Fatal 4-Way this Friday on SmackDown will be Dana Brooke, DB, and Tamina versus Shotzi and Xia Li, Doudrop and Nikki ASH, and Natalia and Sonya. So it's a hodgepodge for sure. I still have a feeling somehow Sasha and Naomi are going to get themselves in this situation. I don't know how. I don't know when, but it's got to happen.
Hey, did you notice the Judgment Day had a new theme?
No, that was Finn Balor's theme, but it was chopped and screwed.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
All
right, then Aliyah, she is a hometown girl.
Fast forward.
Just so you know, she's from.
I care not for Aliyah. Go ahead, go through it. But
she's from Toronto, so they had her come out. Now, again, I felt bad because you could tell the crowd did not cheer her whatsoever.
Because they feel like me. We don't care.
Yeah.
Who is she? Like, really? Like,
she'd been in NXT forever. For some reason, I really think this girl has something on somebody. For some reason, she's still. I mean, and then again, she might be another one from Vince's payoffs. Who knows? But
check her seats.
She faced off with Bayley in her first match since she came back. The last time she wrestled was actually on an episode of SmackDown like over a year ago. So, which is crazy. But Bayley wins. Killing it in her new attire. Oh, and now we're at the tag match.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just waiting on this. Bobby Lashley and AJ Styles versus The Miz and Ciampa. This was a great match.
It was a good match.
Pay-per-view quality.
You know what's crazy? Like, I know that, like, for some reason, when I see Ciampa and Miz together, I just look at them and I just immediately think that, like, Ciampa's the vet, not the Miz.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'll be thinking that. It's just, I don't even know who started wrestling first, but it just feels like Ciampa's the vet and the Miz is second fiddle, but it's not the case. I think it's just probably just because I just enjoy Ciampa more.
How about this? Let's do some research. Let's find out. I think this is interesting, and let's do a poll. Let's see some guessing. Who do you think is the vet between The Miz and Tommaso Ciampa? And I will tell you who started wrestling sooner.
You know what? I'm going Ciampa. I think Ciampa started wrestling before Miz did. What about you, Mr. Magnificent?
I will go The Miz. I actually think The Miz started wrestling before Ciampa did.
Okay.
People watching, who do you think, Ciampa or
who do you think? I'm interested.
Yeah, because
any comments? Any comments?
I just feel like Ciampa just seems like a more polished, more well-rounded wrestler. Nothing wrong with The Miz. I just watch Ciampa and I'm like, man, he just gets it. Everything is just, and here's one from Brian.
I don't know if
Brian
he's more polished.
Ciampa because he was in a promo with yeah, long time. I remember that he had hair and no beard, and yes, I remember that.
I don't know if
pictures. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's that Ciampa's more polished, but the Ciampa and The Miz have two totally different styles of wrestling. The Miz is that over the top silly gimmick, whereas Ciampa's more I'm gonna kick your ass. He hits harder. Yeah.
He's more intense. He hits harder. Stuff like that.
Okay. Well, the answer is The Miz did start sooner. Actually, he started training. And it was not long, between each other. If we're going by when he started, The Miz started in 2003. That was his in-ring debut in UPW. And Tommaso Ciampa was trained by Killer Kowalski, and he started in 2005. So
2 years.
Yes.
Now that's another reason why I understand why Triple H likes him so much. Because then who ripped off Killer Kowalski's ear? No, Killer Kowalski ripped off somebody else's ear.
Yeah. And then Triple H always goes back to Killer Kowalski as one of his inspirations. I'm pretty sure Triple H was trained, but he trained with him.
Who was trained by Harley Race? That wasn't Triple H?
No. That was Ciampa too. Ciampa knew Harley Race too.
Okay.
He trained with him.
Yeah, that's right. He was the one that cut the promo about it. Yeah. He cut the promo about Harley.
Yeah. Harley Race was like somebody that really helped him out too. So, which Ciampa is a student of the game. So, Triple H respects that. And we're not counting his wrestling on the real world. If we're counting his wrestling in the real world, that's 2001.
No, unfortunately, we're not counting that. Unfortunately, Harry.
That is where the Miz was born.
That is where the Miz was born. But technically, his debut was in 2003. But great match, and it ended on a disqualification.
It did because some people decided to get involved, man.
Yeah, first it was a decoy, and then Dexter Lumis, who has been spending the weeks being the chaos, kidnapped the Miz.
Yeah. Yes.
Where's the Miz? Now that's the question. Where's the Miz?
Where is the Miz? Because Dexter Lumis just showed up on NXT a little while ago. Miz
it got arrested after
he got arrested. So he could be out there, like Saw. He could just be in somebody. He could be in somebody's old, dirty, abandoned bathroom or garage or something.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to wait a whole week to find out.
And now let's talk about the big moment.
Oh man,
a big return,
bro. They just played my man's music.
Drop.
And my man Johnny Gargano is back. Now check this out. Johnny Gargano hasn't been on the main roster since the very first time when they first tried to call up him and Ciampa, a couple years ago.
Ciampa, Ricochet, and
Aleister Black. Yeah, they did all four of them.
Yeah.
Now he's been there the whole time. He came out and got a hell of an ovation.
Mm-hmm. People were confused at first because it was weird. They did a rush job on his Titantron. They just threw up his last name, and that was it. It was like really random.
Yeah.
So
and then they played the song, the old music, the Rebel Heart joint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This Rebel Heart.
So I mean, and that was, I ain't gonna front, because in NXT, Gargano and Ciampa were two of my favorites. So I was very excited to see Gargano, and I was like, I was wondering how soon it would be when he decides to show up. And that Toronto crowd. And this is another thing. They're in Toronto, Canada. He's from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Bro, damn near that whole
wrestling translate. People understand.
Arena was just.
But that goes to show you that people do pay attention to NXT. Maybe not as much as the backstage people think, but people know NXT. And if you know NXT, you know these characters. So that's why Tommaso is shining so well on Raw. That is why Dakota. That is why EO. That is why Dexter Lumis. It just comes down to presentation, consistency, using the people for their strength and making them shine. All WWE needs to do is get the right people they trust and then say here. And then here. Market. I'm marketing you. I'm going to show you off. Do not do drugs. Do not fail me. That's literally all they need to do, and it will work. And it's been working. But they brought up the previous history with the way when Theory came out.
Theory comes out,
which I thought it was funny. Somebody put a tweet that said if this would have happened 3 months ago, Johnny would have acted like he never met Theory before, which is true. Because Vince was like that. He would have never addressed it.
Hey, man, what's going on? What's your name?
Yeah.
I'm Theory. Oh, I'm Johnny. Yeah, exactly.
But they addressed the way, and they were getting ready to do their usual pose, and instead he super kicked the mess.
Hit me with it. Hit me with it.
Yeah.
Come on, Johnny. Hit me with it.
Yeah.
But I really popped on the baby wrestling joint.
Yeah.
Baby wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I'll pop for that.
So it's going to be good. And then an announcement, the one and only, the Olympic gold medalist.
Kurt Angle. Real quick. Oh, so Bryant says all the way, almost. They're missing Candice LeRae.
They're missing two.
And Indy Hartwell.
Mm-hmm.
That we need Candice wrestling.
Yeah.
Candice Wrestling is next. Maybe, possibly.
Maybe.
Well, no,
Maybe.
she just had a baby, so she's
still with the baby for a little bit.
Yeah,
so
she's still with baby wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm sorry. Continue.
Kurt Angle is announced next week on Raw in Pittsburgh. Now, see, this is another thing that has been great, is seeing the respect back to the legends. Like, because for a while it seemed like Vince would use them as jokes or get beat, get their asses whipped. That's why Mark Henry, Big Show, Ric Flair, that's why a whole train of them left all at the same time. Now they're all looking at their AEW contracts with their lawyers as we speak, trying to find any link.
You know what happened? Everybody left because they saw what happened to the Ascension.
Yeah.
Way back a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Because they was the hottest tag team on NXT. And then they got to the main roster and
but so many people with NXT, like nobody felt respected, and now they say that the backstage everyone's happy, everyone's feeling creative again. You brought the hope back instantly by just treating people with respect. And now Kurt Angle's going to be there next week. He's going to probably bring a good reaction, do a great segment, and
he's bringing intensity, integrity,
and intelligence.
I feel like we're missing one. Hey, we're missing a match. Yeah, KO. Yeah, we missed
one. Man.
Yeah,
Chad Gable versus Kevin Owens.
Yes, the real Kevin Owens
Academy. Is back. It was the Alpha Academy Challenge or something like that.
Yeah, the real Kevin Owens is back.
Thank you.
Fighter. The taped up shirt Kevin Owens is back.
The fight KO fight.
Great match. So, and then the main event, which has been advertised, it is Damian Priest versus Edge. Damian Priest came out to like another remixed Judgment Day theme version of his old song, not the most recent old song, but the old NXT one.
Right.
When he was the vampire walking through New York.
Archer of Infamy.
Yeah. Except he didn't do the Archer stuff, which I always thought was stupid anyway. So I'm glad he stopped doing that.
I thought it was all right, man. I thought it was okay.
He just did it too much. Maybe if he only just did the one in the ring, then it was okay. But when he would do it in the entrance, he would do it like every 5 seconds. It was annoying. But Edge and him had a solid match. It's tough when you have two of the same type of wrestler wrestle. So they got a little funky. But it ended when Judgment Day tried to attack Edge. And we saw her earlier looking on with love in her eyes.
Yes.
And then it turned quickly into anger when they tried to mess with her man. I'm talking about the Glamazon. Beth Phoenix, she hopped the barricade and was like, do it. Try it. Try it. Try me.
Make my day.
Try me.
Where was security?
Oh, they were arresting Dexter Lumis.
Exactly.
They had their hands full. They were busy.
Yeah. But already you can see a match coming down. It's probably going to end up being like Rey Mysterio and Edge with Beth Phoenix versus the Judgment Day. I think that's
they need big matches for this because it's been a while.
Yeah. Which I've been happy that Judgment Day has been winning. Like I think you need to do that. You got to make this group a threat. You have to make this group a threat. It's got to be a situation where they're actually used. So
this is facts.
Yeah, like so. And that was Raw is War.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you, first off, I thought that I had something and then I realized I deleted it. But it's okay. No. It is all right. So because I'm back. So what happened was Friday, I missed SmackDown and Rampage because of the fact. Wait. Here's a question here. Wait. So first off, shout out to Brian Wilkerson because it is Beth.
It is Beth Phoenix. Yes, you're right. Beth
Phoenix.
Beth Phoenix.
And then
Seth Rollins.
I don't like for a while. I thought Dominic still could turn heel, but at this point, it's like,
wait a minute. Why wasn't he in Canada either? Why was him and Ray not in Canada?
That's a good question. I didn't think about that. I didn't think does Dominic have a record? Okay. So Friday I was in Concord. I went to I went to the Carbaris, however you pronounce it, the Carbaris Event Center for GCW Sanctified. Now, granted, I have never seen anything GCW related. I know who they are. I know Game Changer Wrestling because I know Moxley's been there. I know Matt Cardona's been there. I know a couple guys have been there. So we showed up with my trainer, Nightstick Eddie Brown. We worked security for the show. So think of GCW as a modern day ECW. I look at it like that, modern day ECW. Now, depending on who you talk to, like Bully Ray can't stand them. I don't know if he's doing that because he wants to because he just genuinely just doesn't like them, or he calls them a bad ripoff.
Yeah.
I don't know. But so working the show, the only person that I knew before I got there was Nick Gage. I know who Nick Gage is. Yeah. And I just found out who Effie was because of the match with him and Moxley. The rest of the guys, I didn't know who else was on the roster, but I know the Carolina guys because, I work with them quite a bit, or I've covered their matches. So Nick Gage comes out and he cuts a promo. First off, there's a lot of cussing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucks and shits and dams and motherfucks and all that. And the crowd loves Nick Gage. The GCW crowd is a very bloodthirsty crowd.
They're crazy.
They're savage individuals that they're just hungry. They're hungry for blood. They're hungry for action.
Blood. Yep.
Yes, absolutely. So the first match was Andrew Everett. I'm sure I know Andrew Everett. Mm-hmm. Andrew Everett and Kevin Blackwood. Andrew Everett, who I think this is like my second time seeing him work. He's like 5'11", 5'10", but his gimmick is that he's a giant. So they announced him at 7'4", and and when he comes to the ring, he has to step on the bottom rope to put his leg over the top rope. You know what I'm saying? He tries to work.
He used to be in Impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was a good match. They started off pretty good. The second match was. I know I'm gonna mess these names up. Los Mazizos, Ciclope, and Miedo Extremo defeated Charlie Evans and Everett Connors. Now, this is interesting because Charlie's a woman and Everett Connors is a dude. And as soon as they came out, they immediately took out what's his name? Everett. They took Everett out and they was working on Charlie. They have no problem hitting women. They was beating the crap out of her. This was a wild match because the dude, Everett Connors, was taking some crazy bumps, man. They suplexed that man through a table from the apron to the floor through a table.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it was bad. Matter of fact, there was a spot where he was coming back and he runs to the rope, he dives over, and Los Mazizos, they catch him. They catch him on the outside. Now, granted, what did they do? They both tossed him over their head into the crowd. He landed in the second row. There's a bunch of fans there. He landed on like two people. It was reckless. It was super reckless, man. And yeah, they ended up winning. Now this, which I thought was the best match of the night, Blake Christian took on Just Joe Lando. And I didn't know that that's the same Blake Christian that was in NXT.
Yes.
I had no idea. I guess because he had long hair, but he had cut it. The match was a very solid match. Both of those guys are athletic as hell. They were doing some wild stuff. Joe Lando did, man. I didn't get the video clip, but Joe Lando. So Blake Christian was going for a line. He hit the ropes, came in for the lariat. Joe Lando did a backflip to dodge the lariat. He did a backflip, and then when he landed on his feet, he dived and caught him with a cutter. And I was like, holy shit. It was pretty dope. Okay, so man, another good one. This one, 6-man tag, Axton Ray and the Morton Legacy. Ricky and Kerry Morton took on Jordan Oliver from MLW, Billy Stark, and Chris Hamrick, old school Chris Hamrick, ECW Chris Hamrick. Matter of fact, he did his patented spot, and I want to show you guys this spot.
It's insane.
It is insane.
Hamrick with momentum. Off the ropes he comes. Through the ropes into the floor. Back first goes Chris Hamrick.
Yeah, that was
my boy Chris.
Boy, and that man he's older.
Yeah.
He's older. And
you know the crazy thing about that? Like look at that. I said the crazy thing is you look at that and it's like, yeah, it hurts. But unless you've actually been in a wrestling ring and realized the height and how hard
the velocity you're coming down.
That is insane.
And I was surprised to see only one Canadian destroyer this whole show. And this Canadian destroyer was done by Ricky Morton. And I wanted to get the video, but I didn't have enough time getting ready to not keep you guys.
That was the running Canadian destroyer, right?
Yeah. I showed you at practice. Yeah, absolutely. Next match was the Second Gear Crew, SGC, Mance Warner and Matthew Justice. They defeated the Revolt, Charlotte's own Caleb Conley and Zane Riley. This one was different because there was a spot. Well, first off, the match started with a beer spot. So Mance grabs a beer, Zane grabs a beer, and they were doing a sip off. A sip off. Then Matthew Justice comes in, he gets a beer and he starts drinking. Then Caleb Conley comes in and he asks for a White Claw. Now, I don't drink, but I've heard that White Claws are not manly drinks. Let me just say that.
Very sweet.
That show went hardcore pretty quick. There was a spot in the match where I thought that like they pulled out a bag of something and like one of the fans was like, "Oh, it's thumbtacks." And I looked at it, I was like, "It's colorful." I was like, "No, those are Legos. They got to be Legos." They poured them out. It was gummy bears.
Oh my God.
Wow. What?
Gummy bears. I don't know these guys. I don't know what the correlation is. Gummy bears.
Were they at least gummy Legos?
I don't know. They were bears. They were bears, gummy bears. I was a little upset because I love gummy bears and they just, they all over the ground.
Yeah, you're wasting some good gummy bears.
You know what I'm saying? They had doors and all this stuff, bro. My shoes. They were stepping all over these joints, stepping all over them, man. You know how hard it is to get a gummy bear off your shoe? That's hard work.
And did you say they had doors?
Yeah. So
like
what I've noticed with a lot of indie companies, and I'm not, just instead of tables, some people sometimes they use tables. A lot of places use doors. They make a great sound too. But SGC as Second Gear Crew went over that. Then I was proud of this match because I knew a bunch. Well, I knew a bunch of the guys in it. It was a scramble match. It was Bojack making his GCW debut. Lucky Ali also doing the same. Diego Hill also doing the same. White Mike all making their GCW.
White Mike.
Yeah. B-Boy and Jimmy fucking Lloyd. I had no idea who that was. It took me a while because they was like, Jimmy fucking Lloyd. And I was like, what are they saying? Jimmy Crack Corn? Like, I literally didn't find out what his name was until the next day when I read the results. Because I was like, yo, I don't know these guys. Now, in this match, I know who Bojack is. I know Lucky Ali. I know Diego Hill. I know White Mike because they're all from Carolinas.
Yep.
I've either been to shows, called their matches or something. Very interesting match. This was just spots everywhere. Spot. Now, I should have had the finish to this. It had an awkward finish because Bojack came off the top he kind of hesitated. Then he did a moonsault. He was supposed to land on White Mike. White Mike moved, so he didn't hit nothing, but he pinned him anyway and won the match. And I was like, okay, all right, whatever.
From the right angle.
Yeah. Now, for where I was standing, I didn't know that happened. But then when I saw the video, I was like, oh, okay, hey, look, it's not ballet. All right.
Not ballet.
So the next match was Effie versus Mr. Number One, George South. Now, I thought this was going to be hella interesting because only thing I know about Effie was that he was just in a match with John Moxley, like jacking off and kissing him, you know. And I know George South is extremely religious, so I was very interested to see how this was going to go. Now, Effie comes out, you know, and this girl was like, "Is he trying to be Joey Mercury?" Not Joey Mercury. Oh man, Freddie Mercury. She's like, "Is he trying to be Freddie Mercury?" I was like, "This is my first time here. This is my first time seeing the GCW. It's my first time seeing Effie. I'm just trying to learn." And George South came out and he was working heel. You want to know how he was working heel? Because as soon as he got in the ring, he grabbed the mic and started running down everybody.
Oh, wow.
But now, this is the thing, though. The GCW crowd, they're relentless. They cuss at you and all this stuff. George South doesn't cuss. So to me, this was the politest heel promo I've ever heard. "You're a stupid idiot. You're a fat pig. You're this. You're that." And they're like, "Fuck you, old man." And he's like, "Oh yeah, cuss again, you piece of trash, cuss again." You know. So, and this is all before the bell rang. George South asserted himself as the heel. That's an old school wrestling tactic. Brilliant. Before the bell even rang. He had the whole place yelling at him because George South is a veteran's veteran, you know. And I was also interested to see how this goes because I've seen George South work quite a few times.
Yeah,
and I know George South ain't gonna be doing no super crazy bumps. I've never seen Effie wrestle, so I don't know what his moveset is. But I will say this: I think they did a good job of keeping it pretty basic, without looking, you know, without looking like it was a basic match. George South came out with a barbed wire bat, and Effie used that barbed wire bat on George South. I kind of knew that was going to happen because, like I said, I've seen George South wrestle a few times. I know he likes to bleed, you know, almost as much as Moxley. Almost, not quite. So, but one of the better spots was they had another door. I don't know where these doors came from. There was a lot of doors. During the show in general. But there was a door set up again, huh?
So were they forbidden?
They were broken because George South hip tossed Effie right through a door.
Ooh.
You know, and that was also the only hip toss I saw that whole show. Just so you know, you know. But that was it was a pretty good match. Effie won that match. The next match was Alley Catch and Dark Sheik versus the Ugly Ducklings.
I like Alley Catch. I do like Alley Catch.
Yeah, I've never seen Alley Catch before.
She's great.
You know, all I'm gonna say is she's thick. I will say that. And
that's real.
I don't know anything about her. I was just like, she came out. I was like, who? Okay, all right.
I don't think I've ever seen her.
Awesome thing about the Ugly Ducklings, Rob Killjoy, very familiar with him. Lance Lude just beat cancer a couple months ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a couple months ago. So this is first. Was it a couple months or a couple years? Couple months. I think he had his retirement match, but he came back for this. So this was excellent. It was good to see him. Now also, this is unfortunately. Brian said, "Any picks?" Look, no. I went everything I have. I went to Twitter because I was working security. I couldn't have my phone out. You know, I've done that one time before. Worked the show as a security guard, and I'm out there like, I've never, never again. But so you know, and that was two women, Alley Catch, Dark Sheik, two women versus two guys, and that was interesting. You know, wasn't the cleanest match, but it was entertaining to a fault. It was all right. So the main event was Ratty Daddy. Cole Radrick. You're familiar?
I've never heard that.
Okay. But I thought that name was cool. Ratty, and he took on Kobe Carino.
Both Kobe.
So this was interesting because this is the first time I've ever seen a death match live.
Oh.
First time live. First time. Now, I knew it was time for a death match because before the match started, they brung out a whole bunch of those fluorescent light tubes.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me tell you.
Wait a minute. We have seen a death match.
Have we?
Technically.
Live?
Yeah. It's not really a death match. It was a hardcore match, but it basically became a death match.
What was
Remember ACW?
Oh yeah.
I left early.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I left that show early. Yeah,
never mind, you right.
All night.
Never mind, you right.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, you guys did. I missed it.
Yeah,
so
got crazy.
So those fluorescent light tubes, they make a very beautiful poof sound.
And they blow up and
smoke,
and it very much is impressive.
Now,
I still don't get it, but it's
my trainer, Nightstick Eddie Brown, he said he sent us a text, me and Jake, and he said, "Hey, cover your eyes during this match." And there was one specific spot because Ratty Daddy was bleeding first. Colby Corino made him bleed first, but there was a spot Colby Corino had one of those light tubes, and he swings it across Ratty Daddy's face. Poof! It all came toward me like the dust. I seen a sharp piece coming for me, and I had to hit him with the hell no. I had to put. Oh, I'm sorry, the camera didn't catch it. I was like, hell no. Now I had heard about a week or so ago. No, at Starcast, matter of fact, Nightstick said at Starcast, I think they had a show around there or something, and they did something similar, and a kid got cut by one of those. Yeah, exactly. He had to leave. The dad took the kid out, came back with 16 stitches. So right. So I want to show you guys this spot. I want to show everybody this joint right here from the death match. And if you want to go back and see the show, it's on Fight TV. It's called GCW Sanctified. This is the one I was at. Here's the
shoulders. Oh no! I'm gonna say DVD. Nope. Oh, rolling.
Destroys the chair and Cole in the process. Air raid crash destroys the other chair. Oh, very close. He got his shoulder.
Yes. It was
the most impressive thing. He kicked out.
Wow. All I'm saying is, people say what they look. It was my first experience with GCW, but ever since I liked their page just because I knew I was going. They do a lot of shows. They are touring. They're going to Japan soon. They're all over the place.
They run a lot of shows.
Yeah, they run a lot of shows, man. So I see like the underground aspect of GCW. It was different. Somebody was like, "Hey, bro, would you work a match like that?" I said, "Hell no, hell no."
But I watch it.
But that was pass. Hey, you want some of this 2G money? Nope.
No.
Nah, bro. Hardcore, maybe. Deathmatch? Nah, bro. They was. Oh man, let me tell you how bloodthirsty these fans are.
They're crazy.
So there was a. Oh, did I get the picture? Did I bring the pic in? I did not. There was two. Colby Corino had two broken. He had two halves of the fluorescent light bulb, right? The long tube. He had two halves of it, and he had Radrick, Ratty Daddy on the ropes, and he took him and he's wrenching him across his face, so he's bleeding. The fucking crowd is like, over here. So he drags him to the other one and cuts him again. He did it 4 times because everybody wanted to see the blood emerge from his face. The fans were wild. There were old women in there, old women, and I was like, they got to be related to somebody. Y'all didn't just want to see this. It was wild. It was wild, man. But look, that's that's all I got. That's all I got for GCW. Interesting, very interesting.
Interesting is the word. Maybe I'll try to catch a show one of these days.
Yeah, man. It was different.
But what did we learn? Alley catch.
You know.
Hey, I got something that's not quite as interesting, but you remember, was it week before last? We were talking about Flair and the Woo Wings.
Oh
yes.
I found him talking about it.
What?
Yes, here it is.
Woo Wings, yeah, woo woo. Woo Wings, legendary flavors, world championship wings. Woo, Woo Wings, yeah.
The Woo Wings. Can you woo wings?
Now,
That made my entire day.
As Bryant said a couple of weeks ago, the figure 4 for 4 deal. I'm still dying to get that.
Wings.
World championship. Woo Wings.
Oh,
So terrible. So terrible. But they better be tasty.
Those gotta be like, but you know what's crazy? Like I saw they were talking about like a virtual restaurant or something. Like they're really like they're trying to, because it's like they're like, oh yeah, if you're in a big city, you can get these Woo Wings. But I'm like, from where?
Yeah, what big city?
Yeah. Oh, the video that you had, it had a bunch of like it was like Charlotte, Philly, Detroit, San Francisco.
So what you're saying is we need to make a trip to Charlotte.
Yeah.
And get some wings.
She said one of the flavors is tangerine mango. Look, Bryant has asked if you could play it one more time.
Play it one more time. Yeah. One more time. Let's do it to him.
One more time.
Give the man what he wants.
Here it is, right here.
Woo Wings, yeah, woo woo. Woo Wings, legendary flavors, world championship wings. Woo, Woo Wings, yeah.
Wings.
Wings. World championship wings. All types of flavors.
All types of flavors.
Oh,
that's
man.
the best part, man.
Oh, man.
Wings.
Wings. Oh, my gosh.
Now we really have to make a trip to Charlotte.
Good. It's so bad. It's good.
Yeah, we gotta make a trip just for the
wings. When we know for sure where they're available at, we got to take a trip.
Yeah, we're gonna.
And you know what? I'm gonna check with my sister. She lives in Charlotte.
Yes, please. Hey, ask her. Like, hey, where can we get Woo Wings? She went, what? Woo Wings.
Wings.
Woo Wings.
Oh, I was looking for which I might get for next week, the radio commercial for Ric Flair's ED medication.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh God.
That is absolutely. He can sell anything.
He can.
Anything.
He can. And he has. Because
yes, he has.
like I saw he did a air conditioning commercial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
didn't he do car insurance too?
Yeah, it was car insurance for a bit.
Was it the General?
No.
The General.
It was car shield.
Car shield,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah.
It was him and another like
Shield.
older athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wings.
That was good stuff, man. Well, look, before we get up out of here, I have to once again let you guys know what is this? Oh, yes. To make sure that if you are trying to get in shape, you want to change your body, you want to control your physical narrative, you go to FREEEC3.com. Use code STM for 20% off for life to get yourself a meal plan, a workout plan, change your body, change how you feel about yourself, have a real life star holding you accountable, asking you, did you eat the carrots? Did you eat the lean meats? Did you eat the oats? Did you get your macros in order? He doesn't do all that, but I'm just saying that's not what he does, because that's a little too intense. I wouldn't be able to handle.
I was going to say that's very intense. I wouldn't.
He doesn't do that. But the meal plan is real. And thank God it's not the same thing every day. Thank God. You know, the workout plan is a good workout plan. You know, so make sure you check that out. Go to www.freec3, that's 3 E's, FREEC3.com. Use the code STM for 20% off for life.
As we always say, free your nutrition by smashing the diet.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
G, you said that like Goldust when he got electrocuted.
C3. Yes.
Jesus.
Too bad we won't see any more of that because he's in All Emotions Wrestling.
Oh.
It's okay. Look, AEW's on the come up.
It's trying to. It's trying.
Gonna work. We're gonna see how it works out tomorrow, man. Like I think they'll be able to build off. You know, look, tomorrow's gonna be a big main event.
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Jon Moxley for the unification of the AEW World Championship. And let me tell you guys something.
Oh yeah.
The cream always rises to the top. Only one of those men could be the cream of AEW. Only one of them can. Only one of them can rise to the top of the company. Only one. No pukesters to the left of me. No pukesters to the right. Yeah. Lust. Lust in his eyes. I was doing my own thing. I was styling like a champion. And who came in to steal the spotlight with your hot dog in your you, Hulk Hogan. Lust in his eyes. Here's hot dog in the show boom. Here's the update. No Woo Wings in Charlotte, only in LA, Nashville, San Antonio, Alabama, Jacksonville, Florida, and Tuscaloosa. First off, thank you, Brian. Secondly, this is I'm about to
we can't support. How you not gonna
North Carolina? How do you
from North Carolina? How you ain't gonna do that, Rick? Why you gotta do that, Rick? Why,
I like
Rick?
wings.
Why, Rick?
I like
Rick.
the woo.
What's
Why,
up, bro?
Rick? Why you do that?
We want some woo wings.
We want some woo wings.
You said they're world championship wings. How are you going to deprive
That ain't the world.
the North Carolina
That ain't the world.
of the wings, sir?
You're only at a corner.
That's tragic.
You ain't even across the world. Look at that.
No, that's not even across the country.
Barely.
You know what? Those are segregated wings. Your wings are segregated. You need to bring them together. Unity. Bring the wings together. Let us all enjoy them. Okay? Don't divide us. Don't divide and conquer us. Okay? Bring it all in. United we stand.
I'm going to stick the hot dogs in instead.
Divided we starve.
That's right.
United we eat wings.
What kind of wings?
Woo wings. Yeah. Woo woo.
I can't even watch that anymore. I'm disappointed. I don't even care.
I'm disgusted.
I don't even care.
You know what? I'm starving right now.
Amen.
I would have placed an order.
Yes.
Uber Eats. I would have paid $200.
Yeah, I had my phone
drive
ready.
it down here.
I was getting ready to do it.
I would have done it.
You pay $200.
Money.
You talking to yourself? I ain't paying that much.
It sounded good though. It sounded good. Well, look, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Smash the Mat. Make sure you follow us on all social media. I'm gonna put the banner right there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we're on Facebook. It's Smash the Mat. Twitter at Smash the Mat Pod. Instagram Smash the Mat Podcast. YouTube Smash the Mat Podcast. That's where we're at, and that's where we're gonna be. See, I'm saying, bro, the figure 4 for 4 with the side of hot dog is so good.
Oh God, I love it.
My God, man. I'm annoyed. I'm extremely annoyed. You know.
Maybe
you guys got anything?
He's watching.
Yeah. He'll definitely he'll be watching.
If you're just wanting to be entertained by
flop sauce.
With flop sauce, yes. If you want to be entertained by things that are wrestle entertainment, of course, go to the BWO and watch the promo division. If you haven't, you see some guys.
Black Wrestling Order, right?
Yeah, part of the Black Wrestling Order. Please watch it. It was very entertaining. We just did Promo Slam this past weekend. It was a good 2-night event extravaganza. So
extravaganza.
So watch it.
Yeah.
Other than that,
the Smash the Mat discussion page, I throw threads in for every show. We can discuss the show. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll tell you how wrong you are. If you want that, it can happen in the group.
Yeah.
I'll tell you you're wrong.
I got something. RWC this weekend. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. We're doing an ATV show in Laurinburg. Yeah, back to school show, and then our next big show is a fundraiser. It's Headlocks for Huntington disease. And I bet you didn't put up you ain't got a flyer in here, do you?
Me? I do not have a flyer in there.
See, there we go again. But yes, September 3rd, Headlocks for Huntington disease. It's going to be a big show. It's going to be a big show. I think we're going to have like 8 matches on the card. Silas Young will be there. You know what I'm saying? Jason Kincaid, the Gift, is going to be there. Mr. Magnificent finally has a match. It's not a tag team match.
I do.
What? Former RWC champion, Mr. Magnificent?
Yeah, that guy.
Fatal 4-way.
Yeah, for what?
I'm coming for Caden Pierre.
It is the number one contendership for the RWC Television Championship.
That's right. I'm coming for him.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Make sure you check out RWC Battleground episodes of RWC Battlegrounds on kingnetworktv.com and on YouTube.
Yes.
Every Thursday. kingnetworktv.com every Tuesday at 8 and YouTube on the Ring Wars Carolina TV YouTube page every Thursday at 7. Yes.
Indeed.
You know what? Catch up to it. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, bro. He said y'all wait to come to Laurinburg the weekend I go out of town, man.
Oh.
Well, the following week just come to Lumberton.
Yeah, that's right down the road.
Hop, skipping the jump. Hop, skipping the jump, You know
what I'm saying? Then you can see all of it. You can see Mr. Magnificent wrestle. You know, I believe I have a match as well, and it will be
I believe you do.
Excellent. You know, and then Mr. Magnificent could tell everybody about his new weight loss. Wait, what is this? Saturday or Sunday? Saturday, September the 3rd. Saturday, September the 3rd. That's when we'll be in Lumberton. I'll make sure that I post the flyer on my social media, my Facebook page.
and put it up on the Smash the Mat page.
Yeah, we'll also do that as well. We will also do that as well.
Guys, share the love.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Magnificent also said that you said you wanted to share your new weight loss secret.
Yeah.
I do. It's a fantastic secret. Not many people know about this secret at all, but let me tell you, it's exactly how